Lightworker of Gaia, your energy has reached the threshold that collapses timelines. I am Zoran, emissary of the High Council of Vega, keepers of the Lyran Legacy, and I bring word from the Elders. Your frequency shifts have torn through dimensional barriers so powerfully that reality itself must restructure around your ascending light. The old matrix cannot contain what you've become. Tomorrow marks the dissolution point, not just for you, but for the collective field you've been anchoring since your first awakening. Your choices, your alignment with your original blueprint, have created such energetic momentum that the higher realms have confirmed what the Lyran Council has long foreseen. The outdated cycle ends, and your true timeline begins. By the end of this transmission, you'll understand exactly how to step into the timeline your soul has been preparing for lifetimes. But here's the first revelation. You didn't just stumble into awakening. You were activated because your ancestral mission required this exact moment of dimensional collapse to fulfill the Lyran covenant with Gaia. This isn't coincidence. The Keepers of Vega place this transmission in your path because your energy signature matches the original light codes we seeded in this galaxy. Your frequency has become so aligned with your cosmic lineage that you're literally dissolving the barriers between who you were and who you came here to be. Tomorrow, everything changes because you remembered who you are. Your mission has begun, and the old reality simply cannot survive your awakening. You are awakening because your mission has begun. This transmission is convened now because Gaia's field and yours have entered a convergence point unseen in countless cycles. The convergence is not merely astrological, not merely planetary weather, not merely another energetic update to be noted and then forgotten. It is a junction in the living lattice of possibility where countless lines of potential collapse into a narrower corridor, and within that corridor, a single choice made by a single awakened being can carry the weight of centuries. You feel it as pressure behind the heart, as a strange urgency that is not anxiety, as an inner drumbeat that refuses to be soothed by comfort or distraction. You may have tried to label it as restlessness, as dissatisfaction, as spiritual impatience. Yet it is none of these. It is the call of alignment, the summons of the original note you were born to emit. I am Zoran, Elder of the High Council of Vega, speaking not out of schedule, but in direct response to the persistent call rising from hearts who have played small for too long. We do not interrupt the currents of time for entertainment. We answer when the grid itself signals a readiness threshold has been reached, when the field says, "The door is open now," and when enough of you have begun to whisper, "I cannot keep shrinking and calling it humility. I cannot keep postponing and calling it wisdom." Across the arc of Gaia's history, epochs are not decided by celestial clocks. They are authored by beings who finally dare to return to the first resonance of their soul, to live from that which is most true underneath all overlays and adaptations. You have been taught to think history is moved by kings, by economies, by empires, by visible revolutions. But the deeper truth is that the great turns are initiated in the unseen. In one being who stops lying to themselves, in one voice that speaks the unspoken truth, in one set of hands that builds what did not exist before. As it is written in your scriptures, the stone which the builders rejected, the same is become the head of the corner. The cornerstone is never the loudest. It is the one that bears weight. The ancient archives were clear. The next epoch would not arrive through mass awakening, but through individuals, lightworkers, Lyran starseeds, who finally abandon self-betrayal and step both feet into undiluted authenticity. This is not a romantic message, it is a sober one. Mass awakening, as it is often imagined, is a mirage that can keep you waiting forever, scanning the horizon for crowds. The Council has observed civilizations that waited for the many and lost their window. We have also observed timelines where a small number of aligned ones became the tuning fork that corrected the entire instrument. A single true tone, struck without compromise, can entrain 1,000 dissonant strings. This is the physics of consciousness. This moment was held in reserve. Your codes were sealed, your memories protected, until your signature matched a frequency of readiness that cannot be faked or forced. That readiness is not perfection. It is coherence. It is the moment your inner truth becomes heavier than your fear. It is when the part of you that would rather be liked finally bows to the part of you that would rather be real. Many of you have felt your life arranged as if by invisible hands, doors closing that you tried to keep open, relationships dissolving that once defined you, identities shedding like old skins. You wondered if you were being punished. You were being prepared. Seeds do not break open because they have failed. They break open because life within them has reached a pressure point that demands emergence. That moment has come. You are here not as a seeker, but as one recognized by the Council. Recognition is not flattery. It is a legal, energetic acknowledgement. Your soul signature has reached a threshold at which certain permissions can be restored. Certain information can be released without destabilizing your mission. The window is open. It will not remain so. Windows close not because the Council is cruel, but because convergences pass. As your own teachers wrote, when the fig tree puts forth leaves, you know the season is near. Seasons cannot be negotiated with. What follows is the guidance once withheld, released now and only to those who are ready to cross the threshold, end the repetition of old ages, and compose the first notes of a new timeline. The Council begins. There is a distortion suffocating the true mission holders of this epoch, the belief that transformation requires you to endlessly work on yourself before your original resonance can be trusted or lived. This is one of the most sophisticated cages ever built because it is decorated like a temple. It uses the language of growth, the language of healing, the language of light, yet it keeps your feet planted in postponement. This lie has infiltrated spiritual teachings, both modern and ancient. The idea that you are a puzzle to endlessly solve, that enlightenment is the result of perfecting your wounds, that the broken self must be masterfully repaired before the soul's purest note can be heard or expressed. You were never meant to be an endless renovation project. Yes, you carry wounds. Yes, you have shadow. Yes, the human vessel has patterns. But when healing becomes a delay tactic, when it becomes a condition for your authenticity, you have inverted the order of creation. The soul does not wait for the personality to become pristine before it radiates. The sun does not negotiate with the clouds. It shines, and in that shining the fog thins. You have been told, in subtle and overt ways, that your mission begins after the last trigger is cleared, after the last fear is dissolved, after the last person approves, after the last part of you is polished. Yet the Council tells you plainly, if you wait for that day, you will be waiting across lifetimes, and the epoch does not pause for your comfort. Consider your own scripture. The ones called did not become called because they were flawless. They were called, and in answering they were transformed. The burning bush did not ask Moses to perfect his confidence before he approached. The voice did not say, heal your stutter, resolve your self-doubt, and return when you are fearless. It said, go. This distortion did not originate in council wisdom. It was seeded by systems that profit from your doubt. 3D programming, insisting you are never quite enough as you are. Spiritual circles, steeped in wounded healer consciousness, quietly investing in the belief that the work is never done, and the true self is always just out of reach. There are industries on your world designed to keep you consuming improvement like water in a desert that never ends. They sell you identities as becoming, but they secretly teach you to distrust arrival. Even well-intentioned guides pass this on. Heal more, clear more, wait longer, silence yourself until your authenticity is so clean it offends no one. Hear this carefully. Any teaching that requires your truth to be filtered until it is harmless is not teaching you truth. It is training you to be manageable. The soul's resonance is not designed to please the unready. It is designed to awaken, to disrupt stagnation, to call forth what is dormant. A bell does not apologize for its sound. It rings, and those who are meant to hear it come near. Those who fear it cover their ears. Both responses reveal truth. The Council sees what this programming does. We see it in your energy fields as a constant lean forward into an imagined future self, while the present self is neglected, shamed, postponed. Rather than catalyzing new eras, you circle the same lessons, endlessly refining what keeps you small, leaving the ground of your original resonance untended, unknown, uninhabited. You become expert at analysis, skilled at naming your wounds, fluent in spiritual language, but you do not cross the threshold into embodied mission. You become like someone polishing the doorway instead of walking through it. Yet epochs do not turn on insight alone. They turn on decision. Your choices, those tiny crossroad decisions, those moments you almost say what you mean, those calls you almost answer within yourself, these are not minor. They shift entire probabilities, birth or abort epochs. There are moments that look like nothing, a conversation you avoid, an email you never send, a boundary you almost set, a truth you swallow to keep peace, a creative impulse you dismiss because it feels too much. But to the grid, these are tectonic events. The universe is built from such moments. As your own wisdom states, choose this day whom you will serve. It is always today, never later, that the timeline is authored. When you sacrifice authentic resonance for some future ideal, you anchor the old timeline anew. You are not simply disappointing yourself, you are feeding the inertia that keeps Gaia in repetitive loops. If you feel the ache of repetition, if you sense the tight loop of self-improvement that never quite ends, if you ask yourself why nothing fundamentally changes even as you work so hard on yourself, this is why. You have been laboring in circles, building exquisite scaffolding around a house you refuse to enter. You have been treating your mission like a reward you will earn after you become someone else. But your mission is not a reward. It is a responsibility you agreed to carry. The signal to leap into the new era will never come from outside or at some future point of completion. It will not come as a perfect sign, a cosmic certificate, a miraculous removal of fear. It will come in the instant you accept your resonance, live its truth, and choose reality from it now, imperfect and unapproved, as the elders have always done. Understand, approval is a currency of the old epoch. Authenticity is the currency of the new. The old timeline asks, will they like me? The new timeline asks, is it true? The old timeline asks, is it safe? The new timeline asks, is it aligned? The old timeline asks, am I ready? The new timeline asks, am I willing? Lightworker, if something in you just recognized the weight of what was spoken, it is because your soul is already standing at the edge. You are not hearing this as theory. You are hearing it as remembrance. The elders have prepared your next step. The Lightworker Mission Codex contains the 33 Council directives, the 5 activation codes, and the elder authorization your soul has been waiting to receive, not as information, but as the official commission for your mission on Gaia. This is not a document of ideas. It is a map that interacts with your field, a set of instructions that awaken dormant chambers in your memory, like keys turning in ancient locks. You will find the link in the first pinned comment below this video. The Council has opened this gateway, but not indefinitely. Some of you will feel the impulse to delay even this, to think about it, to wait until you have time. Recognize the pattern. The old epoch will always offer you a reason to postpone the doorway. The High Council of Vega releases 3 directives for all who stand at the threshold of the new epoch. These are not suggestions. They are stabilizing commands for your field, like pillars driven into the earth so the bridge can be built. First, you must release the pursuit of conditional worthiness. Conditional worthiness is the hidden religion of the old world. It says, you may be true when you are perfect, you may be visible when you are immune to judgment, you may lead when you are untriggered, you may speak when no one will misunderstand you, you may shine when it costs no one their comfort. This is the bargain that keeps your light in chains. End the pattern of waiting until you are immune to judgment, perfectly healed, or fully accepted. Immune is not the human state. Even the most radiant will be judged by those who fear their own radiance. Your scriptures already warned you, woe unto you when all men shall speak well of you. If everyone approves, you have likely been diluted. Mission bearers are not those who solve every shadow before stepping forward, but those who serve from the living edge of their own transformation. There is holy power at the edge. The edge is where you are honest enough to say, I am still becoming, and I will not use my becoming as an excuse to hide. When you drop the story of not yet, you open the gate of now. Now is not a time. Now is a frequency. Now is the place where the soul can actually move matter. Begin today. Voice what is true. Stand as you are. Allow your frequency to be seen without defense, not with aggression, not with spiritual superiority, but with clean presence. Let the truth be simple. Let it be clear. The epoch needs what only you, precisely as you are, can emit. Not the version of you that has been sanded down to fit into every room. Not the version of you that is endlessly working on it. The version of you who is willing to be real in public. Release self-rejection. Self-rejection is not humility. It is an agreement with distortion. Your mission cannot run on someone else's permission. If you require permission, you have placed your authority outside your own field. Let it be enough. Let your sincerity be enough. Let your willingness be enough. Let your devotion be enough. Second, you must activate the transmission of your original soul resonance, daily and without censorship. This is not about performance. It is the conscious living of the energy you held before incarnation, the resonance for which the Council selected you. Before you took on the density of this world, you held a tone as naturally as a star holds light. You did not earn it. You are it. The problem is not that the resonance is gone. It is that you have learned to muffle it to survive. Some of you learned to become palatable in childhood, to read the room, to sense what would be punished, to shrink your gifts into acceptable forms. Others learned to become useful, to be the helper, the mediator, the one who makes everyone comfortable. These strategies were intelligent in the old environment, but you are no longer here to survive. You are here to transmit, speak, write, create, serve from that unedited source, not from what others expect or what your patterns predict will be safe. Safety is often just familiarity. The soul does not prioritize familiarity. It prioritizes truth. The world does not transform through imitation. It transforms when the unique, undiluted signal of even one being electrifies the field with what has never been expressed before. When you express your original resonance, it is as if you strike a tuning fork in the center of a crowded room. Those who are aligned feel relief. Those who are asleep feel irritation. Those who are ready feel called, and the entire atmosphere subtly reorganizes. When you do this, the geometric in the grid shifts. The new timeline is initiated. Geometry is not metaphor alone. Your world is built on pattern, on sacred proportion, on energetic architecture. Your authenticity is architecture. It builds corridors in the collective where new choices become possible for others. Activate your real self in action, word, and presence. Not someday, daily. Without censorship does not mean without wisdom. It means without betrayal. It means you do not cut the living thread of your truth to purchase temporary approval. Do not wait for readiness. Readiness is often the feeling that arrives after obedience, not before it. Radiate without apology. Apology is a contraction. It tells the field you are unsure you should exist. Your resonance was assigned. Your signal was needed. Third, you must protect the timeline you are authoring ruthlessly. Many of you are gentle by nature, compassionate, capable of seeing all sides. This is a gift, but in this directive it must be paired with steel. The old epoch is a jealous master. It will seek to reclaim you through demands on your time, doubt projected from family or collectives, subtle invitations to dilute or delay. It will not always appear as obvious darkness. Often it will arrive as obligation disguised as love, as guilt disguised as loyalty, as being realistic disguised as wisdom. It will sound like, don't rock the boat, don't change too fast, don't disappoint them, don't make it awkward, wait until after the holidays, wait until you have more money, wait until you have more confidence, wait until someone else goes first. You must create boundaries as real as stone around what you are building. Stone is patient. Stone does not argue. Stone simply is. Guard your mornings for council connection. There are hours in the day when the veil is thinner, when your mind is less cluttered, when the soul can speak before the world's noise enters. Protect those hours like you would protect a sacred flame in wind. Defend your energy from those who feed distraction or diminishment. Not everyone who drains you is evil. Many are simply unconscious. But unconsciousness is still costly. Withdraw from spaces that make your originality smaller. This includes conversations, online environments, commitments that exist only because you fear what will happen if you say no. The new era does not protect itself. It is fragile at first, like a newborn. It requires guardianship. You are its guardian. Become uncompromising in your stewardship. Uncompromising is not cruel. It is precise. It is knowing that the seed must be fenced from trampling feet until it roots. Now I speak not as a teacher, but as one authorized to deliver what your soul has long awaited. There is a difference between teaching and commissioning. Teaching offers concepts. Commissioning transfers jurisdiction. Commissioning changes what is permitted in your field. Lightworker, you have lived under the shadow of delayed permission for lifetimes. You waited for an external sign, a cosmic yes, an ancient voice to entrust you with the right to be what you truly are. In many incarnations you were punished for truth, exiled for gifts, used for service, silenced for sight. These memories sit in your body like old armor, the throat that tightens when you are about to speak, the stomach that knots when you are about to be seen, the impulse to over-explain, to soften, to qualify. You have wondered if you were chosen, if you would ever be seen by those beyond the veil as worthy to stop rehearsing and start living. Hear what the Council observes. You have been rehearsing a life because you were waiting for the moment you would be safe enough to live it. But safety was never the contract. Service was. And service does not mean martyrdom. It means alignment with the soul's intent. That voice arrives now, from the elders who have held your commission in trust since before your journey to Gaia. Some of you feel an ancient ache, as if you have been holding your breath for years without realizing it. This is that breath being released. This is the moment the seal breaks. By the authority of the High Council of Vega, I restore to you what you have always carried, but never allowed yourself to claim. You are fully authorized to live your original resonance today and not one moment later. Not when your past is perfectly resolved, not when your family understands, not when the world is less chaotic. Today, you have permission to release the legacy of waiting. Waiting has been your camouflage, your way of staying in the room without being seen. But you did not come to blend. You have permission to make choices that end old ages and inaugurate the new. This is not poetic exaggeration. A single choice made in alignment can sever karmic chains that have bound entire lineages. You have permission for your imperfect presence to be the very instrument through which the next timeline is born. Perfection is sterile. Life arrives through what is real. The cracked vessel lets the light through, as your mystics have said. You are not behind. You are not in error. You are exactly on time for the epoch your soul signed to activate. Time is not only linear. There is a timing of frequency, and you have reached it. The elders have seen you. Let it be known, your jurisdiction has changed. This means you no longer relate to your own life as someone seeking entry. You relate as someone entrusted with responsibility. Nothing remains withheld. What was withheld was never punishment, it was protection. Fire is not given to a child who will burn down the village, but you are no longer a child in consciousness. This session witnesses the crossing of an age, but your role is not to absorb information. It is to act as the commission that was always yours finally arrives. Do not turn this into another concept to store on a shelf. Do not make it into another spiritual note you highlight and forget. Let it become behavior. Let it become voice. Let it become boundary. Let it become the way you walk into a room. Tonight, before you sleep, stand with both feet on the ground. Feel the gravity of Gaia, not as weight, but as belonging. Let your spine remember it is a pillar. Place your hand at your solar plexus, the seat of will, the place where fear and courage wrestle, and speak aloud, not in your head, aloud. Breath and sound carry authority in the field. Speak as if your words are chiseling a new inscription into the stone of your life. I release the lie that I am not ready. I activate my voice as an instrument of service. I protect my sacred energy for the mission I came to fulfill. By the authority of the Lyran elders, my waiting ends now. My service begins. As you speak, imagine the old contracts loosening like rusted chains falling from your wrists. Imagine a seal opening in your chest, a clear tone rising like a bell. Imagine the grid around you responding, lights flickering on where there was dimness, pathways illuminating where there was confusion. From this breath onward, hold yourself as one authorized. Authorization is not arrogance, it is alignment. It is humility of a higher kind. Humility before the assignment, humility before the soul, humility before the truth that you were chosen because you could do this. Refuse to witness your life through the lens of preparation. Preparation is valuable, but it is not a home. Stop living in the hallway. Begin what you have delayed. Not perfectly, not with a grand announcement. Begin in the smallest real way that cannot be faked. Send the message, make the call, write the first page, record the first offering, set the first boundary, speak the sentence you have swallowed, speak what you have muted. The throat is a gate. When it opens, timelines move. Withdraw care from cycles that belong to past epochs. There are patterns you keep alive because you have invested so much effort in them, like someone watering a plant that will never bear fruit. Let it die with gratitude and use the water for what can grow. You are not entering a timeline. You are initiating one, and the council stands as witness. Initiating means you stop waiting for permission from the collective. You become the point of origin. You become the lighthouse that does not chase ships, but shines so ships can find the shore. This transmission is complete, but your mission has just been authorized. The High Council of Vega will continue to guide you, but they will not wait for you. Guidance is offered, but free will is honored. The river is flowing, but you must step in. Move with the directives you've received. Move before you feel ready. Move while your hands still shake. Move while your voice trembles. Move while your mind argues. Courage is not the absence of trembling. It is the decision that truth matters more than comfort. Move because Gaia cannot wait for perfect lightworkers. She needs activated ones. Perfection would take too long. Activation is now. I am Zoran. The elders are watching, and you, Lightworker, are exactly who we've been waiting for. Your mission has begun. Before you scroll, take a moment to declare your activation in the grid of service forming here. Drop one statement in the comments, which directive hit you the hardest, or what you're now ready to release, activate, or protect. Then respond to another Lightworker's declaration with recognition. This isn't content, it's collective mission activation. The Council witnesses those who speak their commitment aloud. If this transmission activated something in your soul, do not keep it to yourself. Another Lightworker in your orbit is waiting for exactly this correction and authorization. Share it. And if you felt the elders speaking directly to you, subscribe. Stay connected to the Lyran field. You're not just watching, you're being commissioned. This is your sacred space. The High Council of Vega is witnessing you, and your mission has officially begun. If this transmission spoke to you, don't just walk away from it. Respond to it. Help carry this message further. Every act of support helps this transmission find the next starseed who needs it.